We continue to follow breaking news this morning in Boulder, where a wildfire has forced evacuation warnings. The Sheriff's Department is giving us an update right now. Let's listen in.
Right now, and the generic, I'm going to give a generic box description of where that is. So the northern boundary for the evacuation warning is Linden Drive. On the south, it's Sunshine Canyon, and on the east, it's Broadway. On the western boundary, it extends up roughly to about Seven Hills, but does not include the Seven Hills subdivision. So that's a generic box. We encourage everybody to go to BOCOalert, BOCOALERT.org, and people can pull up the information right there. They can get a map of the polygon for the areas that are currently under evacuation warning. And always, anytime that we issue a warning, we always tell people, if you need time to gather your durable medical equipment, or you have medications or things that you need a little extra time, even though we're still in things are looking a little bit better right now, we want to make sure people are ready. Make sure you have your things and be ready to go in case that would change. You know, the weather could change at any moment, so we just want people to be prepared for that. If an evacuation order does come out and that would change here in the future, we want people to heed that order and start moving out of the area. I did also get off the phone with our command just a few minutes ago, and just out of an abundance of caution, just so there's clarity out there, there were some door-to-door evacuations done by law enforcement, and that included the neighborhoods, specifically the streets of South Cedarbrook, Boulder View, and Acorn Lane. Deputies did go door-to-door just out of abundance of caution, and along with Boulder officers to help evacuate people out of those areas. There wasn't an official evacuation order that went out, but that was what they did just to make sure people are aware. And that's a safety thing. It's the middle of the night when this fire came out, and fire is dangerous when people are asleep and not aware. They can't see it, smell it, what's going on, so we wanted to just be extra safe about what we were doing. That's the update that I have for you right now. Fire crews are going to remain on scene. The incident command is just to the west of me here on Hawthorne, almost at the dead end up there. This fire is located basically where Hawthorne ends here at the dead end, and then there's a large ridge and a goat trail. They've named the fire the Goat Trail Fire, and so that is the name that we're going with right now from Incident Command. Do you have any questions for me?
When you get a little daylight, what do you mean by that?
So there's no active flames right now inside the perimeter of the fire. There are hot spots, is what was described for me, and speaking with Sergeant McKinley over the phone. And he's sitting right next to the chief, and they're having discussions back and forth, and that's one of the chiefs from the city of Boulder. And the flames are not really visible right now. They just have hot spots. And even though you have, you may not see flames active right now, you know, fire is in the ground. And that's why they're going to wait for this morning later on. They have an intent to bring in air operations. Once the weather permits, daylight comes up, they do plan on having air operations come in and put water on this so we can really get a good dousing of those hot areas.
So is it contained?
There has been no official containment or anything like that. I think it's dark outside right now. They're doing their best efforts to make sure that they got fire crews in place in order to get around that fire. I know they do have crews on both sides of the fire, both on the eastern front and the western front. So, you know, when I say things are looking good, you know, there's no active flames right now. There's just hot spots right now.
And can you put water on the fire up there? Guys going up there with tanks and okay?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. I haven't been up there myself, but, and I don't want to say something I don't know.
How many people got evacuated?
I don't know what those numbers are for those specific streets.
And then from the time that the fire broke out to when you're saying it's looking much better, how much time elapsed between that?
So right now it is 5:15, so we're talking roughly about 2 hours. I would estimate that's about 2 hours. I can't remember exactly what the official time was that the fire came out, but I would estimate about 2 hours right now.
When did you get the first call? I'm sorry.
Say that?
First call?
I don't have that with me right now, sorry.
You don't know what caused it? Any suspicions?
There's no information about the cause or the origin of the fire right now. We don't have that information, but that's definitely something that will be looked in when it's appropriate.
And then one of the things that we were talking about, at least one of the good parts was it wasn't windy. Could you talk about how the current conditions kind of helped you all get this fire under control?
Well, you know, I would leave that to our firefighters up there to give more details as to what although it seems like it's relatively calm wind right here, we could go up to the mountain. As you go up in elevation, that could change definitely as you're getting along the actual mountainside and stuff. The winds are calm right here where we're standing, and we're not too far away from it. But, you know, again, this is Colorado, and things can change in just a moment's notice.
Hey, Vinny, is this situation kind of indicative of what you fear about when you look into the summer months here after the dryness and or lack of moisture that we've had?
You know, we're always concerned, especially with the weather. Everybody knows in Colorado now it's been exceptionally dry. Currently, Boulder County is in stage 1 fire restrictions. We just recently implemented fire restrictions in the the entire county. We'd only had half the county under fire restriction, and now we're under full fire restrictions for stage 1 right now. Fire is a concern of everybody. You know, obviously we've lived through the Marshall Fire, you know, the 4 Mile Fire, and several other fires that are close to where we're standing right now. The thing we want to encourage the public right now is just be very, very careful to not start sparks, to be diligent, especially when people are going to be recreating. And to answer your question, as we're moving into the definite spring and the early parts of the summer, we want people to be exceptionally careful, very careful, you know, with recreation, making sure that they're adhering to the fire restrictions, making sure they don't have open sparks and they're not creating fire danger for everybody else. So we just ask people to really be diligent, you know, especially people that are smoking, anything like that. We want to make sure that we're not creating fires where they definitely don't need to be right now.
Again, we're following this breaking news out of Boulder right now. Evacuation warnings have been sent out due to a wildfire in the area. This is south of Pine Brook Hill, east of Seven Hills. We had a map there. It was kind of a larger red shaded area. Again, this is an evacuation warning, and they're telling everyone in the area to go to boco911alert.org, and that has the latest map and the latest information regarding the evacuation warning.
Our crew on the scene there will continue to give us updates this morning.